What's going on, y'all? What's popping?
What up?
Y'all know what time it is. It's Shannon back with office hours. I know we be taking breaks, but it's not that I don't fool with y'all for real. Like, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. I have a lot of cool stuff happening. I have a lot of interesting things happening. I have some not so good stuff happening. So I come in and out. It's not that I don't want to be with y'all a whole lot more. And I know y'all be looking forward to the We Different podcast with my girl. We got some stuff coming out over the next couple weeks of that too. But I'm back here with my man Darren. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
We left off our last show with some more stuff that we want to discuss, and then some behind the scenes stuff that me and him been talking about that we just want to get and just collaborate a little more, because he doing a lot of stuff, I'm doing a lot of stuff, well, you doing a lot of stuff, I'm doing a lot of stuff, and trying to find a way to get some of this stuff in the same space,
right?
So that we can kind of merge our audiences, merge our groups, merge our stuff that we got going on, and kind of just see where we can go with your stuff, your podcast that you're trying to start, my office hours podcast. See if we could just do some more crossover stuff, and see how it works.
For sure.
Yeah. So how you feel about that?
That would be cool, man. We know a lot of dope people, and we do so many different cool stuff, things that people wouldn't even think are really related, but they are, and they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for what's to come for sure.
Yeah, so y'all gonna see a lot more of these crossover things. I'll still come to y'all by myself, and I'll still come to y'all with other people and connect with his stuff that he got going on, because he'll still be doing some of his own stuff. But y'all see a lot of these crossover episodes where we just get together and we talk about more than just creative stuff. Like, we're gonna talk about some creative stuff today, but some fun stuff. We're gonna talk more some sports stuff. We're gonna talk more some other stuff. Just gonna go and play a couple games that I be seeing people play online that I be feeling like would be fun to play with other people. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do a lot of that stuff today, but then we're gonna hit on some stuff that we talked about last time with Creating to Survive, and how that has changed, or if it has changed to where you are now, and just some other kind of just stuff that we're gonna discuss. So catch us up on what you got going on, or what you're doing, or what you have been doing, or all that, because you've been outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I have been outside. So since we last talked, I made a couple different changes in the field. I'm at a new church, and in the band we've been gigging. I've been doing a lot of tech stuff. So, in the summer it just picks up. But I've been having a ball. It's been really, really fun, especially with the new challenges and stuff that's really been going on. I haven't even really thought about really creating, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because my mind has been everywhere. But right before I did make the transition over to the church, I did kind of get all the demos done for my album that I wanted to put out. So I still got that just sitting there waiting on me to get to it. So
when you say demos, you got the kind of like in film we'll call them like rough drafts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Super duper like outlines, basically. So I did some of them in Chicago, and then I did most of it here in the city. So yeah.
You producing that stuff yourself, or you got somebody you working with?
Yeah. I wrote it all myself, and so now I'm getting to the point where I don't want to just put it out with just my mind on it. So I got my guy Chad, and then a couple other friends just like pointing stuff out or listening, just to see how they feel and think about it. So
speaking of that, interesting video I saw the other day. I don't know who this person was or when they were on this particular podcast when they were talking about this. They were talking about the difference in different genres of music, because when you talk about hip hop and rap and things of that nature, it's very much so like you write your own lyrics, you lay your own stuff, you work with your engineer, you work with your producer. Yeah. It's a very small knit team of people, because you get criticized, Drake being the biggest example of this, when you use other people. But then he was like, but when you look at Adele, or you look at Beyonce, or you look at Christina Aguilera, or some of these other people, when they go win Grammys and when they do different things, they bring full teams of people on stage.
Yeah.
They have all these collaborators, all these writers, and all these other people that helped with this thing. And it's like, you wonder why Adele has album of the year and not Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? No knock on Rihanna,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but like you wonder why Taylor Swift is
Right.
where
It's a whole
she
lot of
is.
people.
You know what I'm saying? Because
For
she's
sure.
allowing people to collaborate with her. She's accepting ideas as she creates her art. So,
For sure.
what are your
If she,
thoughts
if
on
she
that?
even created, I think a lot of artists have a jaded point of view on what this really is, as far as you're not gonna be able to do it yourself. Like, even all the talent in the world, like somebody's got to push it. Somebody got to believe in your idea to put it in a space where it is, okay, this is the thing. I am the middleman and I'm going to put it here because this needs to generate some money here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not into making money, I could see why you wouldn't like the Drake thing. I like Drake. I don't think he won this battle and I'm team Gemini, but yeah, I'm all for Drake. Like, either you all the way in or you not. So
Because I really feel like, obviously I'm Team Drake too. I don't have a problem with Kendrick and his music. It's just some of the stuff I don't like as much. But I think when we talk about people, I think another person that comes to mind that does this is Kevin Hart. Where it's like you see on the credits, and this is why I like that they actually credit the people that help them, because I think there's a difference between ghostwriting, where I've taken a reference or I've taken something and I didn't credit the person I got it from,
right,
versus I credit the people who I've got these things from. And when you look at Kevin Hart and you look at stand-ups, you see writers, Kevin Hart, this person, this person, this person, and you wonder why he's where he is.
You know, he probably fired his writer. That's probably why they thought he wasn't funny.
Like,
got rid of that guy.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like people collaborate on these things.
He's got a lot of his own like people running in that thing too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
he got his own
people on.
Yeah, he got his own thing going on, and it's like I don't see the problem. I know hip hop started with freestyling and all this stuff, but I think a lot of times our minds can't expand from not everybody can freestyle. People that can freestyle off the dome, poets that can freestyle off the dome, that is a skill that not everybody has. That's an advanced level skill. And I know that's where it started, being able to just rhyme and being able to battle rap and all that stuff. That's where rap really started. But it's expanded into a different space.
It's a big genre. Like, I feel like this surgence of hip hop is like rock and roll.
Yeah.
Back in like the I would say the like Nirvana kind of time, where it's so accessible. It's really like the teens are in, and I think the 90s. It wasn't the first time that was the thing, but it was the first time. It's like, okay, this is a whole new wave, and it's just only gonna get bigger and bigger. And hip hop started off as just a freestyle at the park or whatever. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Yeah, not disrespecting it, but that's where it started.
It started off as a thing, and now it's a business. And now the biggest artists in the genre have writers now. They're teams, because hip hop generates so much money. But I think really that beef, I don't see how people didn't see that this might be as big as hip hop is gonna be, and then it's gonna drop off as something new.
Because when you look at it, and this is when people say stuff, it's like, oh, y'all just caping for such, and it's like, no, like when you look at how big this was, it was because of who was involved.
Yeah.
If you go back to different battles over different things, basketball, all these things, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and Jordan versus who was he going up? Like, anybody really, you know what I'm saying? Clyde Drexler, when they was building that stuff up, and all these other types of things, it's like, it's who's involved.
For sure.
And you have Drake, which, like or not, biggest artist in the world, like that, in that space, pop, rap, hip hop, R&B, dance hall, all that stuff. And then you got Kendrick Lamar, who is the Compton legend. He's the West Coast legend. He is the person that got the torch from the West Coast. He has his ear to the culture. These are two very different.
But who you have to be to represent that properly is that's a big thing too, because you can't be Drake and do that.
No.
Like you have to be somebody like Kendrick. Like I see the other side of this. All they say, all that man do is rap and work out.
Yeah.
And in that, there's a certain type of dedication to the craft that I love and respect, because that's kind of where I am now. But it's like not on Kendrick's level, but in the I'm sleeping and I'm waking up and this is it.
It was a difference between Jordan and like Iverson, or no, Kobe and Iverson, because I was around the same time. Iverson was he's a GOAT. He a Hall of Famer. Iverson, they changed rules because of how he came in and handled the basketball. And then there was Kobe. And Kobe was, I'm not going out. Like not like Kobe didn't go out and party, because he did. But it's like, nah, like basketball season, we in the gym. Like I'm waking up at 5 and I'm in the gym. I'm last person in the gym. If I didn't like something, I may be at home thinking like, dang, how I missed that fadeaway. I'm getting up and I'm going back to the gym. And then you got Iverson, who leaving the club and he pulling up to the game and he's still dropping 40.
Yeah.
But he not putting the same type of work into it that Kobe was. And that what I don't like about our world now is like, you gotta like one or the other. It's like, you gotta be for one. And if you for this one is trash. And if you for this one is trash. And it's like, whether you like how Iverson played or you like how Kobe played, they both are Hall of Famers. And there are people that will argue who was better. Yes, Kobe got the hardware, and in sports, you got the rings. If you got the rings, you're automatically better than the people who don't. But when we just talk about pure basketball ability, it's like there's an argument to be made that either is better. Yeah. And when you move to Drake and Kendrick, Drake isn't in the gym at 5. Especially now, he don't gotta be. Like,
we don't know that though.
I'm not saying his
might be in there.
I'm not saying when he in album mode, he
What's
in album
the gym
mode.
for him though?
That's what I'm saying. It's not the gym for Kendrick. Kendrick is not in the space where he like,
that's true.
I'm finna be traveling 50 city tour, going all over the world, jumping in and out of Turks and Caicos, doing this, doing that.
But that's the gym for Drake.
And people will look at it and be like, that's luxury. That's this and that's that. And it's like, that may be where he needs to get his stuff. But since we've been traveling to all these different things, Kevin Hart is the same way. There was a spell of a couple stand-up specials that he fell out of touch with people because you're so famous. You're so wealthy. Everything you touch is going. And Drake leans into it when it's like, he said it in a song, my raps don't relate to the average person. And that's why I think he's losing touch with people. Like people that still just like music, it's like, I don't know what Vava and Cinco Sank is. Like, I don't know what none of that is, but like, I like how he said it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? But to everybody else, it's like, nigga, I like going to the Sheraton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it's like, what's wrong with the Intercontinental?
Yeah.
Like, damn, I can't pull up to Benihana's no more.
I think Drake, see, certain levels of different type of, I wouldn't even say money, but different networks expose you to why somebody would think that that thing is beneath them. It's like, going to the Sheraton?
Like,
you going to Hibachi?
Like, y'all stay at the Sheraton. All that's
party
embarrassing.
bus?
Like, dang, like, it's like, fam, what's good? All them a Dodge? Like, I can't drive a Dodge? Like, he be stunting on his own fans. And they be like, my boy, like, what's wrong with sleeping at the Sheraton?
You gotta love Drake, dude. But I admire Kendrick like that. I'm not a huge fan of either one of them. I just like Drake a little bit more because he's catchy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just, it was an interesting time. It was a time.
I thought he got him on Family Matters.
I did too.
For 30 minutes.
Like, when Family Matters came out, I'm like, oh, that was hard. I remember I was sitting in bed with my girl, and I'm like,
I think we might have DM'd.
I hit you. And I'm like, Family Matters was hard, young.
Fam, I listened to Family Matters about 4 times, and after that, the other disc came out, and it was it. That
like I was
Family
like,
Matters was irrelevant
and it was strategic, because it's like, regardless of what Drake said on the Heart Part 6, whether it was true or not, I always believe that how things play out, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, prime example. Ryan Garcia was very clearly on steroids. But why?
So?
Heck yeah.
I couldn't.
He failed 2 tests.
Oh, I thought you meant like you could tell.
No,
like
I'm
his
talking
look.
about like from what we saw as
Okay.
far as the testing results. But why doesn't it matter to us boxing fans? Because we
already.
watched him put them hands on you. We can't. The steroids don't erase what we saw. It don't.
Yeah.
The steroids don't erase what we saw.
Yeah.
Did he get disqualified? Yes. Did you get your 0 back? Yes. Is he suspended for a year? Yes.
But he is gone.
Yeah. Because he did some other stuff.
Yeah,
like
he was
been
going
wild.
ham.
But it's like
but that kind of go hand in hand in his situation that they thought he was going crazy.
Yeah, before the fight. But what?
Yeah.
None of that erases you hitting the canvas 4 times.
That's literally.
And when
no matter what they say about that man, we do not care. You lost, bro.
And when Meet the Grams came right back out after Family Matters, it's the same.
Was that the one? That right
yeah,
after?
Meet the
Okay.
Grams. It's the same
Oh,
thing.
man.
It don't matter how good Family Matters was. Meet the Grams came in. Do he got a daughter by underage woman? No. But it don't matter. It don't matter. It was strategic. And when you're battling, truth don't matter. And after Meet the Grams, Drake went on a defense because he had to. And once you go on a defense and start explaining stuff, you've already lost. Because you can't be on offense no more. You can't swing. You're ducking and you moving. And once you go on defense in a battle, you got to come out with a haymaker that puts you back on offense. And I don't think in this climate of the world where people were waiting on Drake to lose anyway, I don't think there was any haymaker that was going to put him back on offense.
See, my thing, I wasn't waiting on Drake to lose. I was waiting to see what he was going to do.
No, I just don't think, I'm talking about the climate of all people, like the tenor of everybody. I don't think there was anything I don't think there was anything unless he dropped that night again. Like if he had something in the tuck. Like if he would have had something in the tuck, that would have been
had
it.
2 of them boys.
Yeah, but him not having a record to come right out after Meet the Grams, I think that what were you gonna come out with that was gonna be good enough?
He thought, I don't think he thought that Kendrick could do what he do. And that's why he lost. Like he ain't got nothing for not like us. He ain't even got a bop.
Well, push-ups was the bop, but then people was like, we don't want bops.
I forgot push-ups even existed.
People kept changing the rules because once he came out with push-ups, it's like, well, Drake, we know you can come out with bops. We need you to. Kendrick hit you with Euphoria, and you giving us dance songs.
That's fair.
And then when Drake gave you a Heart Part 6, and it's like, well, Kendrick gave us Not Like Us, we need a bop. It's like, y'all told Drake not to make no more bops. So like the goalpost kept moving too. So it was just an interesting thing.
Yeah.
It was just an interesting thing. But now that we wrapped that up, let's get into this draft game. So I'll be seeing people doing this stuff where they come up with these things where it's like, oh, the one we're going to do is name your top 5 things that you find in your freezer, like food that you find in your freezer.
Okay.
So like they be doing these different things. I'm like, I feel like that'd be fun to be doing, to come up with different things to draft. So what we gonna do is we gonna take some time. We're gonna pause this, take some time to come up with our answers.
Okay.
And then we're gonna come back on. We're gonna do that. We're gonna hit the AI conversation I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
And then we're gonna hit the update on Creating to Survive. And then we're gonna wrap this up.
Gotcha.
We'll be back. We are back. We're back with our list, our draft game, our frozen foods, frozen snacks. What we gonna find in our frozen situation. So the rules are this: we rank them from our number 1 to our least. We gonna start at 5 and go up to number 1. And then if I say something or he say something that I have, then on the spot we gotta find something else because we both can't have the same one. That's the caveat. Both can't have the same one. And you, sir, have the honors of going first in your number 5.
Okay. My number 5. Hold on. Let me unlock. Okay. I got veggies, like frozen veggies in a pack, like bell peppers.
Okay. Frozen vegetables.
Sauteed, the stuff sauteed,
that
mixed vegetables, them.
That's a quality pick. Because you gotta have frozen vegetables because you need vegetables with your meals. So I'll take that pick. That's quality in the number 5.
I got that one.
In my number 5, I got garlic bread.
Okay, that's valid.
Like garlic bread can be a snack. You know what I'm saying? Garlic bread can be a carb that you add to your meal. Like garlic bread
Mhm.
is super versatile. So
And
I
it's
feel like you
quick.
gotta have it. It's quick. It's already done. You just warm it up.
Okay. My number 4 is liquor.
I was gonna choose that. I was gonna have it in there because it's a quality honorable mention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So I was definitely gonna put that, but it didn't make my list.
See, the liquor is in there. I mean, we got a bar in there, but liquor is in there when you know we about to drink.
Yeah.
Put that in there.
Get it cold when you know it's finna happen.
Yeah, man.
In my number 4, I got French fries because
Okay,
like, what are we doing?
Okay.
Like, what are we doing?
Okay.
Like, you gotta have fries.
You got
Fries can
some
go
good
with everything.
snacks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how fries don't make that list. So that's in my number 4.
Okay. Number 3? Okay, I don't know if this counts, but I got ice.
Ice is a quality pick for the freezer.
Multiple different trays, like the circle that you put in your drink. We got real ice.
Real ice. Yeah. We taking that. It's cold. Sometimes it's hot. You need some ice. Sometimes it's like you need ice for a lot of stuff,
Now,
smoothies and all that.
Oh yeah. Now when I stayed downtown, we had a freezer. It's got like a tray in there with the dispenses.
Yeah, the whole situation.
Yeah. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm very
upset about it because like those apartments that got the ice that they make the ice for you. Like
yeah. Definitely drop down a tier.
most definitely. In my number 3, I got pizza rolls because I got kids. Like that's a quality thing to just have. It's something they can warm up, something they can deal with on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and not burn the house down.
Gotta put the pizza roll on there.
That was your number 3?
Yeah, that's
okay,
my number 3.
Number 2, I got Impossible Meat Brand. Anything. I got I don't eat it so much anymore, but before we had the ground I'm embarrassed to say. We had the ground beef, the chicken nuggets, the
all the
Impossible anything. We had it. That's my number 2.
It's a quality pick. In my number 2, I have ice cream sandwiches because it's like, because like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
Ice cream sandwich is a staple.
That is a staple. Ice cream sandwiches. They got the mini ones now, so when you don't feel like you being super fat, you don't get a whole one. They got the little square joints.
Yeah.
Ice cream sandwiches in my number 2.
My number 1, I don't eat it, but it's always in the freezer no matter what, is frozen chicken or fish in a package, like whatever. That is what my girlfriend eats. It's healthy stuff, like it might be like grass-fed or organic, but no. I'm not eating that. But
we don't tend to do the frozen. Like if we buying something like chicken, fish, or whatever, it's being bought. It's gonna be in the refrigerator because we making it that week. So we don't have a lot of frozen meat in our freezer. Like our freezer full of like other stuff.
What's your number 1?
Number 1, waffles.
Eggos, dude.
Eggos, and they got the joints now that replicate the Belgian waffle. Like they got the thick joints, pause. Like they got the joints for real, yo. Like not just the thin waffles. They got the waffle maker waffle in the frozen joint. Facts.
900 calories per waffle.
Real talk, but like, I need the calories, my boy. I need the calories, my boy. So yeah, that's my list. Did you do your number 1? Your number 1 was
my number 1 was the frozen. Look, I'm gonna read off my honorable mentions.
Okay,
they are hilarious. Okay, so everybody got them popsicles.
Yeah,
the ones that come in the silver. Them ice cream, and then I got candy. Was my 8, 7, and 6 in case we had a match.
If I had to think of an honorable mention, what would be my honorable mention in my freezer?
Something that you're never going to eat.
Yeah, it's just in there. My honorable mention whole time would be food that you wanted to freeze that you thought you was finna eat later.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't freeze it though.
Sometimes you freeze it because it's like, nah, I'll get back to this rice. Like,
wait, niggas freeze rice?
Yo, niggas freeze everything, bro. My girlfriend is Asian, so we eat a lot of rice whole time.
Okay,
so like, people be having rice whole time. We had some rice that my homeboy Johnny made, some Spanish rice.
Okay.
That we was dabbling for a minute after he made the like. You just steam it back up and then you fry it.
Okay.
I
I believe in that. You know,
you can't just put it in a microwave or nothing like that.
And you gotta put a little water on there
Yeah.
too to get the.
Speaking of that, get you a rice cooker. Like, I didn't even know these things
I need
existed, yo. If you want to like save time just in life in general, like if you make rice for whatever reason,
Get a rice maker.
get you a
It
rice
is a
cooker.
different
It
thing.
is a different
It's a different
world, yo.
Yeah.
Put the rice in there, rinse it off, put some water in there, press a button, and just go do something else.
My aunt has one, and we need one because we eat a lot of rice, like almost every day, I would say. So yeah, dude.
If you make rice, if you eat rice a lot, you ain't got to worry about whole time. Don't judge me, my boy,
Oh no.
because your boy before I met my lady, she hate this too, but she know I was raggedy like this, so she already know. Niggas used to do the rice in the bags that would be in the freezer. You feel me? Like, because it was easy to make. It was either that or it was the bag rice. It was the bag minute rice that you used to take and boil the joint and just take it out the bag. Like,
Man,
niggas was,
I ain't gonna let you go out like that. I used to make the box minute, and my shorty. Listen, one time she came over to the crib, and I thought I was doing something. Like it wasn't trash, but the side was right. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just the side.
yeah.
And I pulled the box. I was still standing at my mama crib. Pulled the box down.
And
You
like,
can't make rice. Is
why-
exactly what she said.
why it's so bad for me? Because I cook. And people that know me know I cook, bro. Like, I cook for real. You understand me? Not like,
making frozen rice.
man, making frozen rice whole time. Because, like, I didn't know how to do
You was
it.
jazzing it up though.
Jazzing it up, bro.
Hey.
I make a pan sauce from the chicken and the whole, yeah, you feel me? But
Nobody know.
unless you saw me make it,
Hey,
you ain't know. But she saw me make it one day and she was like, nah. She was like, you
disappointed.
can't get down with us and be making
Yeah,
frozen.
yeah.
Can't. So we got a rice cooker now. Shout out to my baby. We got a rice cooker.
That's what's up, dude.
We on deck.
That's what's up, dude.
All right. So now let's move over to this conversation about AI because I feel strongly about.
Yeah,
I feel strongly about it. Like, I feel strongly about it. I know it's good. I like some parts of it. I sound very much. I'm gonna preface this right now. I sound like an old nigga. Like, I do. I know I do. So don't put it in the comments like, you niggas sound like y'all. Oh, I am. Back in my day, we had to. You feel me?
yeah.
But I just feel like it's just getting to the point where I think about when we first got introduced to GPS systems. And most people now don't even know how to get around. Like, don't know how to. And we live in Milwaukee. And obviously we live in some outer suburbs, but it's still Milwaukee.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
And people don't know how to get around the city because they will just GPS it. We don't live in Chicago. We don't live in Atlanta. We don't
close.
live.
Everything is close.
You know what I'm saying? We don't
you don't
live
really
in them
need
type
it.
of cities where you need a GPS to go everywhere. But when GPSs became a thing, people stopped paying attention to where they were going. They stopped paying attention to how to get places because my phone, or the thing that you used to have to buy, but now we got them on our phones, just tell us how to get everywhere. And I feel like AI is the same way. I watch these ads on social media where they're like, are you tired of making your own videos? Are you tired of editing your own videos? Are you tired of doing your own work? And it's like, come on, man.
Right. Yeah. You I don't mind AI. It's just because I it's our thing, kind of. Like, we still in the generation where we can pick that up and make a business out of it or do something with it. So I think AI is mostly an overreaction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like what they're doing as far as AIing images and posting them for brands.
That's part of it.
I know, yeah, I just don't prefer to see fake people. But, okay, this is crazy, but I was watching a podcast that I will not name.
Mm-hmm.
And the theory that was presented was humans are designed to create no matter what. And so the further we get away from the sun, the more we will have to rely on not having a sun. So what does that really, really look like? Like everything is gonna have to be a little bit screened if human existence wants to, you know. But that was like a deep thought podcast thing. Like, hold on, like there might be a time where we only exist in AI in a million years or however long time. You know, like that's how I kind of look at these ideas and concepts. I really try not to think about them as far as them replacing us in our crafts, because I don't think you can replace a human. The error.
I used to think the human error, no.
Yeah.
And a lot of, even with music and with movies and with photos and stuff, the human error is what makes it feel authentic.
Yeah. Yeah.
In your craft and what y'all do, if everything was completely on time and everything was perfect, that would feel weird from a listening standpoint.
Yep.
If somebody wasn't a half beat off or a half beat earlier, if you don't slide into something before it's supposed to, or just like the human error part of it, because we're used to that.
For sure.
We've grown up with human error. And I think AI make beats now. Like
are they solid? Are they good?
Yeah.
I'm not into it. If you don't pay attention, it kind of doesn't exist.
A lot people thought push-ups was an AI track because AI is getting good. There were Kendrick Lamar disses that came out that was AI. There was a Drake song that came out last year that Drake had to come out and be like, I didn't write that. I wasn't a part of that. Song was going to be nominated for a Grammy. It was that good. And he was like, I didn't have nothing to do with that. And like, I was at a conference or a seminar, I would say. I'm not going to name the brand that was putting it on, but it was a major brand for the stuff that we do. And it was all about the AI art creation and how you can just go into these programs and put in these texts into these generators and you can create this art. And it's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's not art. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like that's art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just typed some letters into a prompt and this thinking system generated these things that I'm like, kind of like that. Don't like that. I'm going to take this and I'm going to type another prompt in and I'm going to have it shoot out some other stuff. And then I'm going to put my signature at the bottom and call it art.
Right.
Like, that's not art, fam.
I think AI right now is doing like a big boom thing where they're trying to put it where it kind of doesn't belong. And once they figure out where it needs to go, it'll serve a purpose, like phones.
I think there's a lot of good places for it.
For sure.
I'm not one of those people that's like, our world don't need it. It's going to be robots that's going to kill us. Like, I ain't that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like ChatGPT is a good resource.
For sure.
If I'm looking to use it as a resource.
Outline purposes.
But the problem with everything, there are a lot of people that can realize, you know what? Grammarly can write this whole thing for me. So I'm just going to let them. Because I'm guilty of using Grammarly to write cover letters. But I'm going to go back and read it. And I'm going to go back and change some stuff that I don't like how it sounds. Because I don't want Grammarly speaking for me.
Right.
I feel cover letters are stupid. I feel like there's no use for having a cover letter, so I hate having to write it. So I will have Grammarly, like you got to put in all the stuff that you're doing and the stuff that you would need it to say. Then it spits out this letter. And then I go read it and I change what I don't like or what wouldn't sound like me or something I probably wouldn't say. And then I submit it. But that is using it as an outline. That's using it as a template. That's using it as an idea starter versus I'm just going to tell ChatGPT to give me this and I'm going to take that, put it over here and I'm going to submit it as something, or I'm going to take that and I'm going to use what ChatGPT said as a script and I'm going to hand this script to an actor and I'm going to use it, or like all those parts. So that's why I should have prefaced when I said I don't like AI. It's that kind of stuff. But it's like, it's taking away your ability to use this. And now you're just using this. And it's like, give me something to do, wizard computer. And it's like, I don't like that.
I think I don't really know where AI is gonna go, because I think we're young enough to use it, but too old to use it in a way that nobody would have thought. So it's like that's why I kind of just I like it, but it's like it could get a little far, and I try to just remove myself because it's like the places in your mind that AI can take you is wild.
Because it can take you, it can feed you something you never thought you would think, you never thought you would be, and it takes away your ability to have skills. Like if I'm in Photoshop and I'm trying to work on something, and it's like, okay, I need to remove this glare from somebody's glasses. Say I don't know how to do it, and I take the pen tool and I just pin it around. For those of you who know how to do Photoshop, you just pin it out and then say, I'm gonna let AI do it. And it's like, cool, this time it worked. For this particular photo, I was able to click the button, AI took the glare out out the glasses. Cool. But AI isn't perfect. What happens when you try to do it and it don't work? And you don't know
how to do it. Yeah.
How to go back and fix it, or it does too much of this, and it's like, oh, now I gotta go back and pin and retract, and like, because I don't know. And the people who don't know how to use Photoshop or Premiere Pro or Final Cut or Audition and some of these other things, and you look and listen back to your audio, and it's like, dang, it's popping. I don't know how to take the pop out, or I don't know how to take the hum out. I don't know how to take this out, or some of this background noise. I don't know how to do it. And when I do the AI version of it, it takes out too much of the lows, or put in too much of the highs, or my voice sound weird because it overcorrected it, and I don't know how to go in and fix it. And I think those are the things that I really don't like, because if you know how to do something, I know people used to always say this about art, you can break the rules of art when you know the rules of art.
Yeah.
So when you know the rules, then you can find creative ways to break them. But if you don't know what you're doing, you don't have no skills because you haven't developed them. And then you're just going to use the auto function on your camera. And it's like, it's cool under the best of circumstances. But when you take it in a less than ideal situation, like a concert with all this low light, and you don't know how to manipulate your aperture and your ISO.
See, I don't even know what none of that even mean.
Like,
that's how you
know what I'm saying? Now what you gonna do? But you just got paid to be at this gig.
Yeah, AI. I think AI is really just an interpretation of how fast we want information.
Yes, I agree.
Like, we want to see it right now. Like, I'm typing in, I want 100 answers to this question right here. I can boom and get the answer.
Just pick that
just
one.
Boom. And it's just like, ooh, that is crazy. But that concept to us is no different than us looking at a phone to people 50 years ago.
The fact that I was just talking about my girl earlier. We was talking about I have a record player, and she was like she wanted to feature it prominently in the house or whatever. So because I feel I bought it because it's a conversation piece
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, but she was like, yeah, I know somebody that had one that has Bluetooth on it. And I'm like, that one got Bluetooth on it too, but I don't use it because I have a HomePod, and HomePods are obviously, it sound better than the Bluetooth on there. But the point was how different it is that you don't need vinyl no more. And vinyl is vintage and it's cool, but after vinyl, before we got to Bluetooth and I'm Apple Music and Spotify and all that stuff, there was cassettes. There was 8 tracks. There was CDs. You know, like, we don't use none of that stuff no more. Like,
see, and I can't even see it being relic
because it's not cool.
Yeah,
like having CDs is like, it's not like having a vinyl.
Did not enough time pass yet?
I don't know if there will ever be enough time, because there's some stuff that comes back. Because even like the kids now are wearing some stuff that we used to wear, and they start just like we wore stuff that our parents wore. Like, some stuff comes back, but not all stuff. Like 8 tracks never made a return. Like, our generation wasn't like, 8 track was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
S video for those of us who do film. Like, S video never made a return. Like, cassettes and those things that we used to tape on never made a return. The post box editing system never made a return. Some stuff
That's
don't.
valid. That's valid.
And I don't think CDs and cassettes are going to, because they're not cool vintage.
Yeah. And a record player, it sounds so clear.
I don't know how they did that.
Oh man, that is a science. I think it's just the little grooves in the inside of the thing or whatever, but that is a science because everything is so clear with good speakers.
If you got a good setup,
Yeah.
and I think the same thing with like photos. Like if you know how to use a dark room, that's a conversation starter. Like if you could still develop photo or develop film, I should say.
Yeah.
That's a vintage thing that could create a conversation.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff that are conversation starters, and there's some stuff that's just like it's just old
junk.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just old junk that we don't care nothing about no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the way of the world. But I just want to see what you thought about that, because I like to have this AI conversation with a lot of people. And it's not like AI is the boogeyman or the whatever,
right.
but it's like I want us to be aware of how problematic things can be, and not just the good parts of it, because the good parts of it is cool. Like I love when it makes my workflow easier. I love when my phone tell me what to do, and it can spot. I got this journal app on there that if I go somewhere and they're like, hey, you were just here, like do you want to journal about it? Like you was just at the gym, like do you want to, like I like that stuff because I be needing reminders. I be needing some stuff to think for me like that.
What generation made the phone? Generation X? Or
I think it was the adults when the first phone came out. I think was them.
Yeah, see, that be careful how y'all treat the kids, because we do not know what they gonna turn this AI into.
Cause like I remember when I was growing up, my parents had that big joint that you had to take the battery off the back of the joint and put it on a receiver. And that's how it charged.
Y'all had the rich black people phone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was car phones back then. You know what I'm saying? Like back in that you just had to be it. You just had to be in the 90s. If you wasn't alive, you just had to be there, because there was a lot of stuff going on.
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, I saw something online where this generation now is the first generation to grow up where they don't know nothing but the internet.
Yeah.
And that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember not having the internet.
Yeah, the kids now, they will be totally different people. I think they're gonna talk faster. They're gonna be more athletic. They're gonna grow quicker. They're gonna be really good at the stuff that we can do at like 5 now. And so, that's the last 35 years of human advancement is insane.
Like it's happening so quick.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even that long ago when people were still needing to have MP3 players, or you had to, you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Where now we have not just GPS, but your GPS can show you outlines of the city that you're driving through. Like this stuff is crazy. Cars have infotainments. We used to have snatch outs. Like you got a whole infotainment system in your car now.
Yeah.
Heated seats, freaking
the trunk open for you.
You know what I'm saying? We do. So I walk up to my car and start to beep. Like, you want me to open the trunk?
Yeah.
Like, I got you if you want me to. Start your car from across the world. Like, it's crazy what's going on.
Yeah.
With, like you said, the investment in technology, and a lot of it is good, and a lot of it is worth it. A lot of it makes our lives easier, and I just want people to utilize the things that make your life easier, but don't let it rot your brain, because your brain you're gonna need if they shut down the internet one day, with all this hacking and all this other type of stuff going on. Like, if you don't know how to get around when they shut down the internet.
Yeah. The only thing that's for certain in life is a craftsman. Craftsman will always thrive. If he can build a garden, if he can build a house, and
if you know some stuff that the average person don't know, like those gonna be the people that's gonna thrive if there's ever anything cracking going on. Like the people that can hunt, the people that can grow stuff, the people that's good with agriculture, the people that's good with directions and knowing how to get around without having access to compasses and maps and stuff. Like those gonna be the people that's gonna be able to function if it ever get sticky out here.